CEL, Communications and Entertainment Limited.
Hello and welcome to another movie from the Bill Collins Movie Collection. And the film is They Were Expendable, directed by John Ford. You know, if someone said to me, what is your favourite film of World War II? I think I'd have to say They Were Expendable. It's a good story, beautifully acted and written, and it's also very moving, for reasons you'll discover for yourselves. But it's a film to be seen more than once, because each time you see it, you see more and feel more. The screenplay was written by Frank Wead, who specialised in films with action, films about men, and particularly men involved in some aspect of naval activities. The stars are Robert Montgomery and John Wayne. Robert Montgomery's performance is, I think, one of the greatest he ever gave when he was a star. It's interesting to note that during the making of They Were Expendable, John Ford had an accident, he broke his leg, and Robert Montgomery stepped in and took over the direction of some of the film. And this intensified his wish to become a director rather than remain an actor. Robert Montgomery and John Wayne make a wonderful team. Another interesting point is this, that John Wayne actually played Frank Wead in a biographical film made at MGM in the 1950s called Wings of Eagles. The casting is splendid, with many of the actors we've seen in other John Ford films. For instance, Ward Bond, who, it's well known, was a very close friend of both John Ford and John Wayne for many, many years. He's wonderful. Donna Reed, one of her first major parts on the screen. Her scenes are very touching, very lovely, and after she leaves the film, you'll still be very concerned about her. And among the veterans in the cast, one of the most famous and popular stars of many years before, Jack Holt. In every possible way, They Were Expendable is flawless filmmaking. And as it reaches its end, you will find some items in dialogue and everything about the performances very moving and quite unforgettable. They Were Expendable. I hope you enjoy this one and share with me the great feeling I have for it. I hope you've enjoyed They Were Expendable. See it again very soon. I know you'll like it even more. I've seen it many times. I never tire of They Were Expendable. And do you understand why I think it's one of the finest films ever made about men in World War II? I love my movie collection, and thank you so much for all your enthusiasm for the movies in the collection. May I recommend to you Possessed? Joan Crawford will astonish you in Possessed, and she's co-starred with Clark Gable. They were very close at the time of the film's making, and it shows on the screen. The wonderful Cabin in the Sky, based on the Broadway musical with Lena Horne, Eddie Rochester Anderson, Ethel Waters, and a wonderful cast. The photography, the direction by Vincent Minnelli, wonderful. Topper, one of the classic screwball films of the 1930s, with Cary Grant, Constance Bennett, Billy Burke, and Roland Young. Delightful movie. And among other films in the movie collection, may I recommend to you particularly Ronald Colman and Greer Garson in the film version of James Hilton's Random Harvest, and a film that'll surprise you and enthrall you, The Secret Garden from the novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett with Margaret O'Brien, Herbert Marshall, Dean Stockwell and a brilliant cast. I'm sure you'll enjoy all the movies in the Bill Collins movie collection, and I hope you'll see another one from the collection very soon.
CEL, Communications and Entertainment Limited.